All right, all right, all right. Greetings and welcome back once again. This is Imuna, 2 times in one day. We're going to try to keep up the pace. But I wanted to come on and hopefully everybody can hear me and everybody's doing well. I'm going to give everybody just a little bit of time to come in. Like we did yesterday, we're going to have a bit of a show. I put the link in the comments if you would like to join the discussion. All that I ask is that we keep it clean and respectful. We don't yell, curse, carry on, and do all kind of wild stuff over here. All right. So today we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to show a video, a series of videos, and then we're going to have a discussion. The name of this is Baby Got Back. I said something a while ago, and somebody's like, "Well, who wanted the woman to put in the implants? Who wanted the woman? Who told the woman that she wasn't good enough?" That's what we're going to examine today. So here's the first video. Hope everybody's doing well. The first video we're going to play is um, let me just play it. Okay. Pause. For those who know, this is noteworthy session. So I'll be pausing and taking notes because this is the person who created that song, Baby Got Back. And we're going to look at the song, why the person said they created it, Sir Mix-a-Lot, and what it actually did to the culture, right? So he said he wanted it to be another type of beautiful, something to juxtapose the European standard of beauty. We're kind of facing this issue right now with Kevin Samuels. So I think I would like to hear a conversation between these two. But he said that it was supposed to be empowering towards the sisters and lift the sisters up. This was in 1991. This song was written, but I'm getting ahead of myself, so let me play. And interesting. So the record sold millions. He said it was empowering. Um, it went to #1 on the Billboard chart, I think, for 6 weeks in a row. Um, and it did crazy. It went everywhere. But what was it really saying? Who remembers what? Can anybody tell me some lines from the song before? Because you know I'm about to go read the lyrics. Any lines that stuck out to you, those who are in the chat right now, the empowering lines for the so-called people that it was intended to, the other kind of beauty. What were some of those empowering lines? Because remember, the male plants seed, right? The feminine energy takes the seed and multiplies it. Okay, so the male has the equipment to sow seeds, and the feminine has the equipment to multiply the seeds that were sown. So right here we have Sir Mix-a-Lot. He planted some seeds. Does anybody off the top of your head, Baby got anybody? Nobody? Anybody could tell me what Baby got? While you're doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and get ready for us to. Should I show another video? No, let's read the lyrics. Let's read the lyrics. Hold on one second. Oh, righty then. Here we go. Empowering. Yeah, that's what, yeah, exactly. Exactly. So hopefully you can see my screen. We're going to read these empowering lyrics, people. Why? Because, I like having well-rounded conversations. I'm going to check on my screen here on my phone just to make sure it's up. Before we read these Sojourner Truth lyrics here, before we read this Frederick Douglass type lyrics, that is flying in the face of the European standard, right, of beautiful. Hold on. I just want to make sure that I can see because I can't see once my screen is up. Come on, thing. My channel. All right, yeah, you can see it. All right. So let's go. Let's read the lyrics, the empowering lyrics, the, the Black and I'm proud lyrics, right? Young, gifted, and black lyrics. Okay. Oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. It is so big. She looks like one of those rap guys' girlfriends. Who understands those rap guys? They only talk to her because she looks like a total prostitute, okay? I mean, her butt is just so big. Ugh, I can't believe it's just so round. It's like out there. I mean, gross. Look, she's just so black. And for those who remember the iconic lyrics, The beginning is European girls. And I'm gonna play, I can't play the sound, but I'm gonna play the video as I continue talking here. But let's go to verse 1, shall we? Let's read it like a poem. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. So he's speaking to men that when a girl walks in with a itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung. So objectifying and sexualizing her. Okay. Want to pull up though, because you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get with you and take your picture. I can't right now. I'm trying to be mature, so y'all work with me here. Um, where are we here? In the empowering lyrics. My boys tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes him horny. Okay. Old Rumple Smooth Skin. I'm done. I didn't even know the joint said Rump Old Smooth Skin. Everything. You say you want to get in my Benz? Well, use me. Can't, cause you ain't that average groupie. Hmm. I've seen them dancing. To hell with romancing. I'm not even reading this part yet. I can't even. Okay. Got it going like Turbo Vet. I'm tired of magazines saying flat butts are the thing. Take the average black man and ask him that. She got to pack much back. So, fellas, yeah. Has your girl got the butt? Tell him to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake that healthy butt. Baby got back. This is the empowering lyrics. He's speaking to men about women, right? We're going to go back, and women are receiving this as validation for their shape, how they look. And so, what happens is when men are saying that this is where they're validating you in, this is the area, and you want to please them, then you're going to begin to concentrate more in that area. So, people argue about who sets the tone, right? Who sets the tone? What are these women what are these women going after? What do they want? You understand? They want what you said you wanted. And in this case, you wanted back. So let's continue. LA face with an Oakland booty. Baby got back. Then he goes on to say he likes them round and big. And when I'm throwing a gig, I just can't help myself. I'm acting like an animal, low vibration. I don't get to say it on my own. He's acting like an animal. That means he's in his base nature. That means this energy is going to tap into other people's base nature, right? He's acting like, now here's my scandal. I want to get you home and double up, I ain't talking about Playboy because silicone parts are made for toys. I mean, I don't know if I got to read the whole thing. Let me see. Oh, Father help us. Find that juicy double, mix a lot's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble. Not need bimbos walking like hoes. I'm so done. He kicked Flojo. That's a old time 80s reference. She used to be a runner. Um, a word to the thick sisters, I want to get with you. I won't cuss or hit you. Why would you put that in the song? Was there any abuse going on at this time? Um, he wants the woman to moan to the break of dawn. So basically, he's sexualizing her. This is not half on a baby. He doesn't want to marry her. He doesn't want to do any of these things. He's giving her validation in the area of how she looks. And then even said, look, he's promoting swirling. Even white boys got to shout, baby got back. Hmm. Then he goes to the bridge because it wasn't enough before. And as you can see, if we read down the whole thing, for the sake of time, he's basically, like he said in the little clip, to the beanpole dams in the magazine, you ain't it, Miss Thing. Give me a sister, I can't resist her. Red beans and rice didn't miss her. But today we have a whole space where you're eating too much, you're doing too much. So you have one man in 92, 91 saying, I want you to put on weight. I don't want you to be skinny with a big head. I want you to do what it is that you do. Right? This is what he was telling them. This is what he was telling a whole generation. And how do we know that it was a whole generation that got Sir Mix-a-Lot's message? of hypersexualization. Little in the middle, but she got much back. I can't play the song because you already know how YouTube does. Wait, I gotta read this part. So your girlfriend rolls a Honda, playing workout tapes by Fonda. Yeah, y'all remember Jane Fonda. But Fonda ain't got a motor in the back of her Honda. And then he goes on to say his Anaconda don't want none unless you got buns hung. You can do side bends or sit-ups, but please don't lose that butt. And today people are calling into Kevin Samuels, and he's telling them to lose the butt, basically. So we're gonna go back over here. You got the gist of what I was saying right there, right? I'm gonna come. It's the same narrative. But when gangster rappers get questions about their content, they switch it up. I'm only reporting on what's going on in the hood. I'm a product of my environment. Basically, we're trying to see who's responsible for all what's going on here. Yep, we're trying to see because today we're dealing with it, right? So let's go ahead and put this. Okay, so Baby Back Back, the one we just saw, the empowering song that objectified melanated women and that ushered in the video vixen era, right? Of women feeling that they need to have implants in their behind and in their all different places was brought in by Sir Mix-a-Lot, right? To a certain degree. We had some songs that were the precursor, but to a certain degree, he brought it to a worldwide stage, right? Let's see how far it went. Let's see how far it went. Because we have to take responsibility for it can't just be the good things that happen. Let me see here. Where was the other one? Oh, yeah, this one really took me. And then we're gonna go to the publishing that he's talking about, right? So this is Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back, orchestrated by Gabriel Prokofiev, Seattle Symphony. Yeah. So this is past 92. It's into the popular culture. And it got to where he's on stage. I'll let him show you himself.
Some of this open. If a couple of ladies would like to get up on the stage, I don't touch. All right. We will not bite unless you want us to. All right, there we go. We got a few coming. Steps over here.
So he's performing the symphony, all of these old. He's about to perform Baby Back Back at the Seattle Symphony, right? He calls up all of the Beckys, the women who was there, who he called Becky, and who would have been on Cosmopolitan side. This is interesting how once you release something, you don't know how it's going to behave, right? You just have to kind of watch it and see. It's like you don't know how the plant is going to grow. So he calls them on the stage. Look at who.
Seattle, are you in the house? Okay.
Okay. Now look at. I want y'all to pay special attention to homegirl in the black dress.
Go ahead. What? I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny. When a girl walks in with an itty bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get strong. Wanna pull up tough cause you notice that.
Alrighty. Yo. Is anybody else tickled by this or am I tripping, y'all? Yo, Becky, who he classified as Becky is getting it into the very song that was supposed to be empowering her counterpart, right? But she's empowered and her counterpart has become disparaged for doing and behaving in the same manner.
Deep in the jeans she's wearing, I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh baby, I wanna get with ya and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got me. Ooh, rapper smooth skin. You say you wanna get my bins? Well, use me, cause you ain't that average groupie. I seen her dancing, To hell with broke men.
I'm talking about the power, what we use our power for. The male has power in his speech, in his tongue. What are you using it for? He used this because he said he was empowering someone, right? And he was empowering the melanated woman who wasn't represented in her beauty in the magazines, right? And he made a song that went viral, what would have been classified as viral in that day and time, and still relevant today. But the very people them that he was empowering her for now are empowered, while we get to hear how undesirable the melanated woman is. I'm gonna press a little more because I need to watch it. I watched it for this research, so y'all about to watch a little more.
Since she's sweat. And I'm tired of magazines saying black butts are the thing. Check the average black man and ask him that. She gotta pack much back. Where's my fellows? Fellows! If your girlfriend got the butt, tell him to shake it. Shake it. Shake that big old butt. And baby got back.
Yeah, I think homie in the black dress was sipping on something before she came on stage. Yo, they were supposed to be playing Bach and Beethoven. They're over here playing Baby Got Back and has the whole stadium lit. If y'all had enough, let me know in the comment section if y'all had enough and y'all want me to keep playing this video. Have y'all had enough, or y'all want more? Y'all want more? Wee. Anybody?
Yeah. He's smiling his ass off. I like them round and big. And when I'm throwing a gig, I just can't help myself. I'm acting like an animal. Now here's my scandal. I'm gonna get you home and double up. I ain't talking about Playboy. The silicone parts are made for toys. I want them real thick and juicy. So find that juicy double. Mix-a-lot's in trouble, begging for a piece of that bubble.
Yeah, about that. So that was fascinating to look at and to see how the song continued to grow and live on. Now let's look at the other side. What was the other thing I wanted to share? Hold on one second, stand by. I think I'm gonna share my. I'm going to. So he talked about royalties, right? He talked about, I'm not going to play this, but he talked about royalties, and he talked about being able to license out this song. Now, I've never actually listened to this song, but apparently this Nicki Minaj song, Anaconda, which samples his Baby Got Back, that means whatever he planted came back in the next generation and reaped fruits, went to 1 billion views, 1 billion views on YouTube. 1 billion. Yeah. So we have, that would have been considered her father, right? The father of the song, the father of the thought process, created a song. He planted it out amongst the people. It kept going and generating and more thought and more behavior and more actions, because music does have this power, right? And then how many years later, when does she, hold on, I don't even want to lie on her. When does she make this song? I've never listened to the song, but we are going to read a bit, shall we? That's if I can get through. If I can get through. 2014. So in 1992, so 22 years later, she comes along and she makes a song, an ode. I'm gonna call it an ode to Sir Mix-a-Lot song, and it came back and did even more than his original song did in its appeal, because the foundation was already planted, or it was already laid or set. Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to, let's get the lyrics, shall we? Because in part of his song, he speaks about his anaconda don't want none unless you have buns, hun, to my understanding. Let me go ahead back over here. Let's take a look, shall we? Oh yeah, this content is not for children, so where is it? Alrighty. So here we are looking at another set of lyrics. See, this information doesn't go anywhere. This energy doesn't go anywhere, but we want to blame. We want to point the finger, but it started with males. Oh, let me go and pick up who wrote the song. It was males who wrote the song and males who produced the song about women. He was speaking to men in the song about women, right? And then they continue to reproduce it. Now, this is Nicki Minaj, a woman who's now taking up what the male already initiated. Her anaconda don't want none unless you got, so she's repeating him. Then she talks about boy toy named Troy who used to live in Detroit. Dope dealer money, he was getting some coins. He was in shootouts with the law, but he lived in a palace. Bought me Alexander McQueen. He was, what is, keeping me stylish. Already then. Now that's real, real, real. Gun in her purse, B. I came dressed to kill. Who want to go first? I have them pushing up daffodils. And this is what the children are listening to. But it didn't start here, right? So we could easily point at her and be like, oh, she's doing all this thing. But where did it start? I'm high, or she's high. I don't even put that on myself. And she only took half a pill. She's on some dumb stuff. And then she comes to talking about, alrighty then. We don't be reading that. Yo, Brethren, oh, what these people really I read? What is this? Now bang bang and you slanging. What the crap? Madness, basically. I'm gonna boil this down to madness. Little in the middle, but she got much back. All of that she got from Sir Mix-a-Lot, right? And it's just madness. That's I don't know what this is. This is a whole lot of madness. Okay. Why is I'm gonna bring this up? Because it all is interconnected. Wouldn't you think so? How many people in the audience think that it's connected? There was something else that I wanted to share briefly. Hold on. There's something else. There was that. There was the interesting videos. The fact that he made millions of money off of that song. There was one more thing that I wanted to share. Oh, how it affected people in today's space and time. I don't think I downloaded this video, but I can show you my screen of the women now who are getting butt implants because they wanted to be what society or what the industry thought was beautiful. I think even if I'm not mistaken, Nicki Minaj got butt implants, right? So now you hear these women who's coming in decades later who would have been babies and nappies and pampers at the time that a lot of this stuff is going on, come in and feel as though that if they don't do these things to themselves, then they won't even get their foot in the door. It's no longer about talent. Remember, he said he was trying to empower them, right? He said he was trying to empower them, but is that what really happened? Let's just look at a few of the. Oh, yeah. Let's just look at a little bit of the reason why. I don't know if you guys could hear it. Let me see if you guys can hear it if I press it from this side. She had butt implants. She talks about the reason she put them in, why she felt she needed them, why she had to get them removed. You have some women who, like you see here, who are putting these butt implants in, and it's causing autoimmune deficiency. It's working against their own system. It's making them sick. They're getting cement, plaster, but why? People say because they're vain and they just wanted to do it. No, a male and many males stood up and told you that would make you desirable, right? And it's just like beard gang right now. A lot of men are embracing their manhood by growing out their beards because it makes them look manly. And a lot of the women are saying we like that, we want that. So when the opposite sex is telling you that this thing is desirable, people are more inclined to move towards it, especially if it's a social movement, right? So this was a big thing. Um, and many people are getting caught up into black market butt injections and all of these things. But again, we can say, yeah, y'all are dumb. You don't know what you want. You just keep doing this and that, and nobody told you to do that. That's not true. That's not true. That no one told you to do that. They may have not said, hey, you go get blood implants, even some have, but they have told you this is what will make you more desirable, right? This was what will make you more desirable. And so women, in particular, in this case, have, look at this one here. Doctor jail for fatal cement butt injection. What would make, oh, Father help me. Let me see if you guys could hear if I play one of these. Let me see if I play one of these. No, I don't think you guys are seeing it. Wait, oh wait. No, I don't think you guys are seeing it. No, I don't think that's the best way to play it. I don't think that's the best way to play it. Yeah, I have to load it on this side, but you get the point. You get the point. Maybe we'll come back and talk more about it. The panel is open right now. That's what I wanted to share. I'm going to put the link right here and give you an opportunity to come up and share your thoughts. Join the discussion. As long as you keep it respectful, you can feel free to. Yep, there's the link right there. You're going to stay on this a little bit longer, and then you can join this discussion. Some of the other video I came across, or the precursor to this particular song, and I remembered it because when I was younger, really much younger, I remember that song. And it was, can anybody guess what that song was? Let me pull up the song. Tell me if you remember this song. It was by EU, and the name of the song was, it wasn't as explicit, but it was, like I said, it was getting you there. Here's the song right here. Wait, I think you guys can see me. Rump Shaker. Oh, I forgot all about that one. All I want to do is a zoom, zoom, zoom. I forgot all about Rump Shaker. This one was doing the butt. Remember this one? Sing it one time, walk into place, surprised to see a big girl getting busy, just rocking to the go-go beat. The way she shook her booty, she looked good to me. I said, come here, big girl. Won't you rock my world? Show that dance to me. She was doing the butt. Remember this song? Put your back field in motion. Remember this song? Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy. Remember this? Tanya got a big old butt. Shirley got a big old butt. Teresa. So this is saying the guys are singing about a big old butt. He called my name out in the song. Let me, when you no longer have the big butt, let me go and get it synthetically. If there wasn't somebody willing to put a butt in, then you wouldn't be able to synthetically go and get a butt, right? So there's a market for, oh, you want this thing? Then there's a market created that you can go and get this thing. Let me look up Rump Shaker because I forgot all about that one. I forgot who sung that song. No, who sung that song? Zoom, zoom, zoom. All I want to do. Wait, who sung that song? Let me come over here and see if you guys remember. Who sung that song? We are dated right now. We're dating ourselves, but it's all good because those who are a little bit younger, they may think this just happened, right? They may think that this just came out of hold on. They may think that this just happened. It didn't just happen. It's coming from somewhere. No, all I want to do is Why I have to spell out the whole thing? 1989? Really? No, Rex in Effect. Rump Shaker. There we go. And this was what year? 1992. So it's the same year as what you call it? It's Rex in Effect. This is the same year as what's his name that we just went over. Ah, let's go read some lyrics. Do you like my reading? Some stuff I don't like to even put in my space, but I'm gonna here it is, Rex in Effect. Okay, there it is. And this was number 2 in the U.S. in late 1992. So in that 1992 year, you had 2 booty songs. You had um, you had uh, not doing the but you had the song that we just went over, and then you had this one. Very interesting. What are you putting in the minds of the people? Now it says Rump Shaker is a multi-platinum. So another note, 90s beach bumper about women shaking their rumps that hit number 2 in the US in late 1992. It also reached the top 30 in UK, Australia, and New Zealand. It's their only US top 40, earning them the title of one hit wonder. Okay, let me go back here. So if you could ever hit one thing, look at what you hit. Now let's see. Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to do it? Zoom, zoom, zoom. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They were empowering women here. Check, baby. 1, 2, 3. Slide off your clothes from New York down by your Virginia. Are you what the box right? Yo, when you're young and you don't know what these songs are saying, do you? A wiggle and jiggle can make the night complete. Now, since you got the body of the year, come and get the award. They're like, oh, these songs was over here playing while people were making for babies that they just left behind. I mean, you're saying this is enticing the mind to come and engage in something that you have no intention of maintaining. Here's a hint. It's like a long, sharp sword. Flip tails, so let me see you shake it up like dice. You know what? I've never read these lyrics before. Yo, here comes Teddy Riley. Yup, it's Teddy, ready with the 1-2 checker. Booties of the cuties, steady shaking but relaxing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, y'all can read this at um, your own leisure. But I think the point is made here that these are men. Not saying that the women are weren't around, but these are men who are sowing these seeds and letting the women, you could say they're high value, low value, whatever it is you want to say. But they were around. Doodle Brown. Do the dog. Uh-oh. Now you make me want to go look up Do the Dog. And I remember Doodle Brown. Doodle Brown. That was a crazy song. That was a crazy song. Let me go look up Do the Dog for the sake of the conversation. As we elevated ourselves, this is 1979. Let's read. I've never read this one before, so we're gonna read it together. If you hear me, wait, hold on. Do the dog. Wait a minute. Do the dog sound like somebody's kind of mad. Do the dog. R. Thomas. Don't be a jerk. Everybody's doing the dog. What the box on? Yeah, yeah. We get, yeah. Yeah. Nobody wants to come share their thoughts. We're gonna continue to have these type conversations. I know yesterday I was talking about divorce in the 1960s. Please don't read it. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Yesterday we were talking about the divorce in the 1960s. Today we're talking about Baby Got Back. And again, it's just little pieces here and there as we revisit some things that we haven't thought about or saw or even considered in a long time. And as we come into this present conversation and we try to like teleport over from then till now, we have to remember that there's a lot of stuff that happened in the middle. And I know that even now there's a lot of younger people who are talking and they're just parroting talking points from older people who are not being very honest. You know what I mean? And then it makes for difficult communication. And when communication breaks down, we know what happens. We can't move forward, right? I was listening to last week, I was listening to a a conversation about submission and I thought it was going good, but I logged off. The next morning I wake up and it was an 8 hour and like 46-minute live. I'm like, what are you talking about for 8 hours and 46 minutes? And there's no resolution at the end of that discussion. To me, that is crazy. What could you be talking about for that long that you have not come to a resolution and that the next week you're going to be having more conversation? These conversations aren't, where are they geared towards? I was like, y'all got more tolerance and patience than I do. Because if we ain't trying to plan to build the next skyscraper and we having an 8 hour conversation and have not made any plans to move forward, that's a problem. That's a problem. But hopefully I took you on a little trip down memory lane. I think that's all I wanted to show today. That people been making money off of men, melanated men, have historically been making money off of, he said empowering, but it looks like exploiting, the melanated woman, uh, using of her image, of her plight, of her issues, whatever was going on. He felt like he was empowering, but I think, let me look up. He said that I think I read that he has an extensive portfolio of real estate and things that he took the monies from doing what he did and flipped it. And so since that time till now, he hasn't been in want of anything, right? Uh, he hasn't been in want of anything. So Mix-a-Lot, let's read a little bit about him before we go. How about that? Just to see that it has always been profitable to look at the woman in a certain way and use certain things to exploit her and then get ahead in life. So some people may take issue with what Kevin Samuels is doing, but I'm just saying it's not anything new. Let me share the screen one last time just to see how far. Oh, yeah. Sir Mix-a-Lot, net worth, is an American MC and producer who has a net worth of $20 million. Sir Mix-a-Lot was born Anthony Ray on August 12, 1963, in Seattle, Washington. Hold on. Let's click on it. So he is okay. How about the women that took his advice? That shake that thing or shake the rump shaker. How about what happened to the women who fed into this narrative? How are they doing? Are they single mothers? Are they now calling into Kevin Samuels' show trying to figure out why they can't get a new boo? I'm just asking. Did one person give them advice or anthems, and then the other person? You know what I mean? I don't know. Though he didn't become famous internationally until the 90s, Sir Mix-a-Lot actually had already gone platinum with his 1988 debut Swass, which was released through Mix's own label, Nasty Mix. This album has also contained a hit single, Posse on Broadway, whose title referred to a street in Seattle, Capitol Hill District. His 1989 album, Seminar, went gold. His really big break came with the 1992 album, Mac Daddy, which featured the chart-topping single, Baby Got Back. Baby Got Back was #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 5 weeks and sold 2.4 million singles in its first year, making it the second best single of 1992 behind Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. He's only second to Whitney Houston's I Will Always Love You. Let that sink in. Sir Mix-a-Lot's popularity declined over the years. His next few albums received very little label promotion and were not even certified gold. After a 3-year hiatus, he teamed up with another group, the Presidents of the United States of America, to form a supergroup called Subset. However, they didn't end up releasing anything officially. In 2003, Sir Mix-a-Lot signed with the Independent Artist Direct label for his 2003 album, Daddy's Home. Okay, and you can read more about it. He said he made millions off the song, and there you go. And here we have it. It says to this day he earns an estimated $2,000 per day in royalties from the track. That works out to $730,000 a year. Sir Mix-a-Lot became a high value man by telling the women to shake it. Yo, this is a crazy world we live in. I ain't even gonna front. And then we get to turn around and put all the blame on one person. That's cool. I know I sound like I'm heavy on one side right now. Once things get even out, then I don't need to be, but we really need to reconsider some of our talking points. With that said, anybody have anything else to say? I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up now if we don't. And don't be shy, peoples. You can definitely click the link and come on in. You don't, you can keep it on audio and share your thoughts. It's one by a Florida dude, JT Money. Yeah, the Doodle Brown. I remember moving to Florida in the 90s and hearing that song and thinking that was crazy. Let me go over there. I said, just because I didn't go over there and see what that song was saying. It just sounded nasty. No, that one was by Luke. Oh no, Luke, I'm not reading this. Luke was Father help him. Luke, what in the world? Pop that what? Don't let me see you, Doodle Brown. I wanna rock. What? Move it, keep going. What the box side? Let me hear you say. Shake them tit. What? What did box side? This? Yo, y'all can read this at your own. Like this is stay at home homework, yo. Who wrote these lyrics out? Did he really sit down? He really sat down at his desk, took his pencil out, and wrote these lyrics. And this is part of where the degeneracy has happened. I collected a book and I'm going to come on here at another time and read it. It's an anthology of poems from melanated people over a course of time. And if you look at the way they wrote, that means that's the way they thought and the way they acted versus what we're reading now, which would be their grandchildren, their great grandchildren. It's no wonder that we have arrived where we are. When I read, what is that's the way you like to blink, face down, blink up. That's the way you like to. This is why I did not know this was the uncut version of Doodle Brown. I'm sorry, you guys. Yo. Anyway. Oh, we have somebody here who would like to join us. T. Don, welcome to the discussion. T. Don, you are on. You have to unmute your mic. T. Don, can you hear me?
My apologies. My apologies. Aluna, I just wanted to say that I just really greatly appreciate your scholarship. And I think anything that I want to share, I just don't want to sound as if I'm trying to come with a bunch of data behind it. I'm just purely sharing my opinion.
Go ahead.
And okay. So basically, I will just say that I am of the generation that did sort of, I hate to say this, but kind of grew up on that sort of music. And even though, coming from, to me, like a lot of, I would just say, like a lot of people in my quote unquote tribe, we're like church kids who,
Mhm.
once they were exposed to this kind of music, I just wasn't really equipped to process this. I just regret it. I guess I'll just say that I regret allowing that to rent space in my head. You talk about you've never read the lyrics. How about if you can repeat them verbatim? Um,
Mm,
I just I just feel really terrible about the conversation that men and women are having about masculinity, femininity, and just gender roles. And I just, as I'm older now, I prefer to stick to the foundation, the roots that my parents, they made that foundation for me. They made that safe place for me. And it all started, you know what? And I'm about to get preachy, so I'm just going to cut it off. But basically, they had proper morals and foundations for me, and those to me have uh, stood the test of time. And I just feel okay. Maybe I'm not hitting what you're trying to address in this live. So I just wanted to come on and just share that I just really appreciate your scholarship. And next time I'll just be more equipped. Thank you.
no, wait, hold on, T Dawn. Thank you for, you don't have to go. I'm trying to, this is, it's okay. I'm trying to get what you're saying. You're saying that, are you saying that at one time you at you were open to or adhered to some of this music, and now you've come to realize that the foundation that your parents laid was the right course?
That would be correct. I mean, I would say that when you're young, I'll just say this for me. For
Mm-hmm.
me, when I was young, I felt as if my parents sheltered me, and all I understood now is that they were trying to protect me. And
Mm,
and when I was at that time where I was like the first time I was ever exposed to this music, like a lot of people I've heard say, it's just about the beat. It's not about the lyrics. But like you said, Amuna, you don't even let certain things come into your head and into your spirit because you don't want that to set there, because music is
right,
very
right.
powerful. And so I just, as I'm looking at my baby niece who's 8 years old, I just don't want that for her. I don't want her to think that that's something to aspire to, think that it's cool, think that that's just my only thinking about my niece.
Right. And because it did take us to a place, if we look back at the way the music progressed and the way the images progressed, and we look at where we are, and then we contend with one another about how we got here and whose idea it was, right? It only behooves us to be like, okay, let's go to the part where it did diverge, right? And who's holding the microphone? It's a powerful thing. And like you said, I remember hearing these songs when I was younger, but never really like right now. I am like this Doodle Brown lyrics. I think they were playing the clean version. We didn't have internet there. So, oftentimes even when we're younger, we sing songs and that's not even, we're hearing something different. And somebody will come along and be like, that's not the words to the song, but you are remaking the song in your own mind, right? But in today's space and time, when you can actually read, unless you had the insert, you can actually read what the person wrote. You're like, what in the world was I singing? What in the world was I dancing to? What was I letting into my spirit? We have someone who's coming to the mic, but go ahead, T Don, before I let someone else share their thoughts.
Amuna, you don't need any encouragement, but I will just say I greatly appreciate the Lev Project. I
Oh, yeah.
appreciate the work that you did on R. Kelly. I appreciate all the work, and I'm following it. And I just want to say thank you so much.
We lost T Don, but thank you so much. Thank you for calling in, letting your voice be heard. Yeah, it's a labor of love. Sometimes you see me because when I come on here, I want to be able to share things that can be evergreen. You know, what I mean, not uh just gossip. Even though right now I'm covering popular culture, it's with a purpose. It's with a reason. It's hopefully that we can grow and we can learn. So definitely thank you for that. We all need encouragement. It's good to hear that the information that's being shared is being received. And you're always welcome to come to the panel. We have Butt Madness here. Please keep it nice and clean, Butt Madness. I'm going to bring you to the mic. Over here, no arguing, no yelling, no cursing, no screaming, and we're good. Okay, you're on now.
I was promised there would be bots.
Yeah, you're playing games. We already just shared the thoughts. I want to thank you for coming through. You have anything else to add? If not, then I'm gonna go ahead and wind down now. Yeah, there was plenty of butts. There was synthetic butts. There was some Lixalot butts. There was a whole lot of information about how we got here and being honest about, women are thoughts, or they're dressed in like hoes, or you're dressing like skeezers. Where's this dress coming from? Who's producing this? Why are they producing it? Why is there a market for it? Because right now men are kind of reverting. It's like asking for something and then you get too much of it. You'd be like, no, 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 I don't want that anymore. I want you to be natural. I want you to, but had to be a time that she was led to believe that you wanted something else. I came across a video, I'm gonna wrap up, but I came across a video of the 1950s, and I'm gonna go back and look for it, where it was a man, a European man. They were writing in magazines, and this European man was going to women, showing them how to put on makeup, showing them how to do their eyebrows, taking these house women and convincing them that they didn't look good enough and they needed to buy these products. If I find back that video, we'll come back and have that conversation, because that didn't just happen with one thing. That happened with many things. In order to sell somebody something, you have to convince them that what they have at the current time is not sufficient. And that happened. I've had this book in my cart for a while. The guy's name is Edward Bernays. They call him the father of propaganda. The name of the book was actually Propaganda, right? Let me see if the book is still around. It's a thick book, but I've been having it on my reading list for a while, because he goes into how to sell to people and what you need to exploit. I know y'all gonna get a book list when y'all come over here. What to exploit. Here it is. Here it is. And then I'm gonna really, 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 really wrap it up. I haven't gotten it yet. It's just been in my, it has just been in my list. Because lately reading a lot, my eyes get a little, but here it is. This is the book right here, Edward Bernays. It was written not in 2004, because this was a long time ago. It was written in the early 1900s, right? It's #1 bestseller. This is the stuff sometimes we're not reading, right? But somebody else is. #1 bestseller in political leadership. This is a seminal and controversial figure in the history of political thought and public relations. Edward Bernays, 1891 to 1995, pioneered the scientific technique of shaping and manipulating public opinion, which he famously dubbed engineering of consent. During the World War I, he was integral part of the U.S. Committee of Public Information, a powerful propaganda apparatus that was mobilized to package, advertise, and sell the war to American people as one that would, quote, make the world safe for democracy, end quote. So it's not, they didn't just sell war, they sold everything. Everything. They sold microwaves, they sold everything that they came up with, and they wanted to find a way to sell it. They came up with a propaganda campaign to do so. The CPI would become the blueprint in which marketing strategies for future wars would be based upon. Bernays applied the technique he had learned in CPI and incorporating some of the ideas of Walter Lippmann, as well as his uncle, Sigmund Freud. Edward Bernays' uncle was Sigmund Freud. Became an outspoken proponent of propaganda as a tool for democratic and corporate manipulation of the population. His in 1928 bombshell Propaganda, this book lays out his eerily prescient vision for using propaganda to regiment the collective mind in a variety of areas, including government, politics, art, science, and education. To read this book today is to frightfully comprehend that our contemporary institutions of government and business have become in regards to organized manipulation of the masses. And this book has been in my thing for a minute, because I think it's a very important book. I have to get around to reading it, of how and why things are marketed to us. So I would venture to say that this was propagandized, that something like Baby Got Back and all of these booty conversations wouldn't have came through if the people, the higher ups and the execs didn't want it to come through. And not only did they want it to come through, it got an opportunity to be number one, not just in America, but in other places around the world. How did that shape how people saw us? Right? How did that shape how people saw one another? How did it continue to shape how males related to females and females related to males? So with that said, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all know sometimes I got a little bit of like, oh, let me put this book on record. But I think I'm gonna cop this book now that it came up in my thought process once again. I'm going to cop this book. I'm gonna cop this book and let you guys know. All right. With that said, everybody have a blessed day. And again, each one teach one.